Calibration no longer required, and welcome to another episode of Final Thoughts and Analysis. I'm CharFox, and today we're going to go through the rest of the songs, or however far into it we can get. Previously, I believe we finished up in. What was the last one we did? I think it was the Weiss song. I think. Let me pull up here the lyrics really quick. Okay, yeah. Let me scroll back. Yeah, okay. So the last one we did was the Weiss song. And now we have the next one, Home. So let's just jump right into it because we have a couple of things to discuss. So Home, which one was Home? Hush Your Cries. Okay, Home. Home was the song that really made a callback to another song that had a similar soft style to it. I believe the other song's name was da, da, da. I will stay with you all our days. All our days. So for some reason, Home really feels that similar style of a soft, gentle. I don't want to call it a ballad. I'm not that well versed with styles of songs, but it's a slow song that has that gentle, caring feeling behind it, just like the other one, All Our Days. But this one, going through the lyrics, hush your cries, close your eyes, stay with me, let's just dream quietly of what might be. Calm your fear, I'll be near. To you I'll cling. Rest, my friend. Time can mend many things. The initial layout of the song of what's being presented is a soothing song. It's a song of consolation, a song of caring and comfort. And characters in the song, I would suppose the people that immediately come to mind is I got a bunch of people that come to mind. I got John that needs consolation. I have Ren that also needs. He doesn't need consolation, but an old wound kind of reopened during this volume, and therefore he needs some sort of comfort and care, if you will. But let me just go through the lyrics here really quick. I don't know the answers. Tomorrow's still unknown, but I can make this promise you won't be alone. I don't know where we should go, just feeling farther from our goal. I don't know what path we will be shown, but I know that when I'm with you, I am home. There's a quiet place in my embrace, a heaven of safety where I'll dry your tears, shelter here in my care. But even when we stumble, in some way when we fall, what I will remember that I had you through it all. I don't know where we should go, just feeling farther from our goal. I don't know what path we will be shown, but I know that when I'm with you, I am home. Yes, I know that when I'm with you, I am home. So, it it definitely feels. I mean, we don't. It talks about uncertainty about tomorrow. It talks about we don't know everything that's going on. We don't know what's coming down for us down the line. But all in all, I'm going to be with you through it all, right? And When I'm with you, I'm at home. That's the part that throws me off a little bit. I know that when I'm with you, I'm at home. You know who else is like making an image pop up in my head? Yang. For some reason, Yang and RWBY is also popping up in my head. Um, you know what? Why not? Just throw Blake in there as well. Blake and Yang, but the I'm at home part is what kind of like puts a a odd shaped puzzle into the equation. Um, Stay with me. Let's just dream. I'll take care of you. I'll care for you. I'll rest. I'll keep you safe. But when I'm with you, I'm home. Who is this? Who are the characters here? When I'm with you, I'm home. I'm at home. But I'll care for you. I'll rest for you. Um, I'll dry your tears. So it's caring for somebody who went through something difficult, and that screams John, and that screams um, Ren, and even Nora. Honestly, I'll just put everybody in the big mixing pot here because I can't quite. I'm not picking out a particular thing here that that makes gives me guidance on who this is for. When we stumble, when we fall, what I'll remember is that I had you through it all. That sounds like Nora, you know, taking care of Ren. But Ren isn't, or maybe he is, because when I'm with you, I'm home. And considering that Ren and Nora are our friends and they've been together for such a long time, when I'm with you, I'm at home. And there's a quiet place in my embrace, a haven of safety where I'll dry your tears, shelter here in my care. And then when we fall, what I'll remember is that through it all, I had you. I can't. I'm not picking something here to give me guidance on who it is. So it's it's a blanket song. It's a blanket song for everybody. That everybody is going through a difficult time, and that no matter what, you can find comfort and solace in somebody else who is close to you. And as long as they're with you, they'll care for you. They'll help you mend. And in their eyes, as long as they're with you, they're home. So that's what I take from this song. It's a healing song, but I don't know if it's specific or not. I can't, I'm not picking up a particular phrase that'll orient me into a certain direction. So that's home. A nice, gentle song about comfort and healing, support with each other. Next up, we have Armed and Ready, and then this one automatically screams Yang. So it starts off. It happens every night. I watch my world ignite, but there's no waking from this nightmare. The stage is always set, the place I can't forget, the hidden eyes that I can feel there. And this is basically describing a nightmare, the dream that kept bringing her not down, but I don't know, perhaps with fear and uncertainty and loss of confidence. Definitely loss of confidence, because it's a sense of failure that just things didn't quite work out like they normally do. Normally, you get angry, you get enraged, or Yang would get angry, would get enraged, and just go all out. And the more she gets hit, the more she just destroys the enemy because she keeps charging up that kinetic energy within her. And this particular occasion did not quite work out that way. And this also brings up another question that I just came up with, or that I was thinking, but I just got reminded of it. We don't know, during the end of Volume 3, we don't know if Yang's aura was depleted or not, but when it happened, when Adam went ahead and did his sword strike towards Yang, the attack was so devastating that it just, if she had aura, it just cut right through the aura and then right through her arm and disabled her in a sense. Um, this makes me wonder, is, and I'm not exactly sure about this myself, but is Adam's semblance like an aura cancellation type of semblance where he has the ability with his sword or with whatever weapon he's using to just cancel out an aura so that his attack is just a single strike attack? Or is it the weapon that he's using that is specialized in a way that causes auras to just part ways, and they'll act as a standard weapon on a standard person without a protection field around them? It's just a thought that comes to mind. Um, but anyway, perhaps her aura was depleted, and I just can't quite picture it happening, or at least I don't have an image of it happening during the final events of the Fall of Beacon in Volume 3. But that happened, and I can't forget, and it's torture, so it keeps bringing her down. But that was before, not anymore. I've left it all behind. As much as I lost, once I'm across, I'll find. I found the strength to grow so much more, a whisper to a roar. No more crying, it's time for me to soar. So this was the process of her coming out of the slump of feeling down, feeling loss of confidence, feeling guilty, feeling run down, disappointed. Like I'm normally able to do so much, but in this particular occasion, it just didn't turn out to be that way. And and having big, huge setbacks like that will usually lead to a sense of weakness, but it's the opposite of empowerment. So I would go along the lines of weakness. It leads to a sense of, I guess, impotence. Like you don't have the power, you don't have the ability to do what you think you're capable of doing anymore. Um, and this is what we're feeling, or what we saw near the ending of Volume 3 and partially through the beginning of Volume 4, where Yang, even though she was around and she was there, she wasn't committedly there. She wasn't herself in a way. And the arm came in and from Atlas, and she looks it over and she's like, "Oh, cool, thanks. Okay, well, I'm not interested in this anymore," because deep down inside, it's like, what's the point? Why do I need this thing? Because it's not like it's gonna change anything. I failed. I got defeated. My best friend or my teammate disappeared. I don't know where she went. I don't know what happened, and the guilt and all of these factors just create such a burden that just blanketed her completely, to the point where she was in a very indirect shutdown mode, because she's physically there, but she's not. Or she's disconnected. That's the word. She's disconnected from everything. And even though she's interacting and talking and listening in and other factors as well, it's not leading to anything. It's like she's clutched in. Her clutch is in, and she's trying to accelerate her life, but nothing is moving because the gears are not engaged. I don't know if you understand that analogy, but it's her life isn't engaged right now. It's just idly spinning by. So that was the current state, and then eventually, as her dad and events around her start unfolding, then she starts slowly overcoming and slowly coming out of the rut and reemerging. And as the song says, I found strength to grow so much more, from a whisper to a roar. No more crying, it's time for me to soar. And then the chorus, it feels like I'm finally unbroken, back from the dead. My strength is back, my confidence is growing. Out of my way, 'cause I'm armed and ready. I remember all too well my time of living a hell, and the night the enemy would conquer. But now I've been set free, lived through the tragedy. You'd wish you killed me, now I'm stronger. Right? So that setback, that huge letdown that really, I guess, hammered her into the ground and broke her spirit, broke her will and her confidence and everything, and really like shut her down and disconnected her from the world. Eventually she found her, the word I'm looking for is, she found her way to process the event and to come to terms with what happened, how it happened, why it happened, and grow from it. And that's the best thing that she could do at this point. It goes back to what I was talking about earlier with the two sacks that you carry with you through life, one to receive and one to give. And the ones that she's receiving, she was digging. She stopped in her path of life. She stopped and she started digging through that sack of things that she's received. And she was trying to get that big bad experience out of the way, to put it on the road, so that when she continues walking, she doesn't have to carry that big, stinky, bad experience. She doesn't have to carry that anymore, and she can just look back and remember to herself, that happened back then, and now I know that things like that, I have to be careful because they cannot happen. So It just it was the process that she had to go through to overcome and keep moving forward, because she's not there yet. So Yang, I believe, I wanted to say she's the first one that overcame Volume 4 or Volume 3. I want to say that Yang would be the first one because she's the one that kind of like went down and then came back out. Is it fair to say that? I don't know. Maybe because John still plays the tape with Pyrrha for training, and he trains with that. Um, is that a form of denial? I mean, I don't know. It's is has he come to terms with it? Probably. Maybe he just. I don't know. I don't know. Has he taken out that bad experience from his sack? Maybe. Maybe he just likes remembering Pyrrha's face. Um, I don't know. It feels to me, and this is just my opinion, it feels to me that Yang is the first of all the characters that went down, went through the cycle of recollection, and then continued onwards, overcame, grew, and is now moving forward. And it took her the whole volume to do this. Because it's near the end, or at least I don't know what the timelines are as far as synchrony goes, but it took her until the end of Volume 4 to take the blanket off her motorcycle and just take off. Start looking for Ruby again. So where was I? Where was I? Remember all too well. I'm the golden one who burns just like the sun. Next time we meet was your disaster. I'll bring the punishment. Your song will be lament. Revenge, my happy ever after. So she is on a path of revenge, I believe. Or at least next time they meet. All right. Is she looking out actively for Adam? I don't know. Maybe. But if they do cross paths, then she's locked on. My misery, my agony has taught me to fly. Good, good. She was so weighed down by that bad experience in her life that it just brought her down, and that became her zero. And then when she removed it, it's like she was in the negatives and she was very light. And it feels like she's flying. The pain I went through left me with a new war cry. I'll live my life like every day is the last. Good. That's really good. No living in the past. Good stuff. Best days ever. I'm never looking back. It feels like I'm finally unbroken, back from the dead. My strength is back, confidence growing, out of my way. 'Cause I'm armed and ready. Just call me sweetheart and I'll tear you apart. Just call me sir. Try to resist once you meet my new fist. Bye-bye. Just look at the fire in my eyes and bring me my strawberry sunrise. It was you who began it. Now you're saying, gosh darn it. Next time there's no compromise. All right. So that's Yang's recovery song from her slump down situation of a really bad experience. And thinking about it, it's the theme of Volume 4. Even though there were some other events taking place, the theme of Volume 4 is the recovery after the huge setback of Volume 3. The opening of the songs feels like we were living a fairy tale from a dream. Gosh, how does it start? I got this. I got the lyrics right here. I'm not going to waste your guys' time. I'm just going to go. It feels like, it used to feel like a fairy tale. Now it seems we were just pretending, We'd fix our world, then are on our way to a happy ending. But it didn't turn out that way. I did home, armed and ready, and then the next one is here. So that's the theme of Volume 4. Um, some went down on their own, some ran away, and some just tried to deal with it and keep pushing forward. Will this bring a problem later on down the line? Maybe something will happen along the line that will cause one of the team members to fall apart. I'm not exactly sure. Time definitely went by. Time definitely went by between Volume 3 and the beginning of Volume 4. Because the whole team scattered. Oh, and okay, sorry, I forgot about Weiss. Oh goodness, how can I have forgotten about Weiss? So some ran away, talking about Blake, and Sun followed. Some went down, talking about Yang. Some tried to keep pressing on, talking about RWBY and the rest of Team Juniper. And some were taken away. Now, I'm going to save all the discussion for later on after the songs. So let's continue on. Lusus Naturai. Naturai is nature. Lusus, I think it's either abomination or... What is Lusus? Lusus is... Oh, that's right. A freak. Because I think I heard it in the song. This song, I had a hard time understanding it. But now that I have the lyrics here, that's good. So it goes off. Gnarled and mangled, warped, deformed. They see nightmares, a mutant swarm. I see beauty underneath. I see a promise in nature's freak. That's right. A mystery of blood and bone, soulless, origin unknown, twisted devil, villain lost in time, mindless, born of bubbling ooze, intelligence I will infuse, a curse upon the world, but now you're mine. I will raise you up, design the perfect beast, elevate savage, used to bring you peace. They don't know, they don't understand. There's a goal in it's my master plan. These simple-minded fools just see my plans obtruse. I'll give the monster's life a use. Awaken, my brood. Today you will rise. I've given you life, my lusus naturae. Open your eyes, created in another world. Into this realm you were hurled, but scientifically misunderstood. I will decode and knowledge gain. Your mysteries I will explain. I'll lucubrate and change you for the good. The fools they've placed in power try to halt my dreams. They will fail to stop me. Grim, I will redeem. I'm your god, I will make you grow. You're my own twisted embryo. They call me sick, obsessed, a madman with no proof. In triumph, I will show them the truth. Awaken, my brood. Today you will rise. I've given you life, my lusus naturae. Open your eyes. When evolution fails, science will prevail. What nature warped, I will restore. I will love what all abhor. They call me sick, obsessed, a madman with no proof. I'll give the monster's life a use. Awaken, my brood. Today you will rise. I've given you life, my lusus naturae. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Awaken my brood. This song for some reason with this song, I don't know why, but I think about this song, for some reason, I'm trying to make a connection with Volume 4 and this song, and I'm having a hard time. The only thing that like comes out at me is when the Grim is coming out of that pool in the beginning of when we see Salem, when we see Salem and the Council of Evil in the beginning of Volume 4, that the camera angle is like rolling around somewhere and there's like a pool of something and Grim kind of like walk out of it. Also the dragon had something similar near the end of volume 3, where the dragon sweat was spawning more Grim. Because the part of the song that says here, mindless born of bubbling ooze, but then what throws me off is intelligence I will infuse. So this is from the perspective of somebody who is, oh man, you know what this screams to me now? I'm sure some of you might have or might have not. I don't know. The game Grim Eclipse from RWBY. There's a game, and the not the setting, the conflict or the plot. There we go. The plot of the game is a scientist that seems to be experimenting with Grim, if I remember correctly, because there's like these very specialized kind of Grim that are in there. And this song speaks to me like that, but I don't remember anything like this in volume 4. But it definitely sounds like it's a first person song talking about modifying the Grim and, born of bubbling ooze and intelligence I will infuse. And then over here it says, I'm your god, I will make you grow, you're my own twisted embryo. So he's like modifying them at the genetic level, but that's just jarring for me, because how is this happening? But hey, you know what? In volume 3, we have the Lychee Grim that Cinder used against Autumn to absorb the maiden powers with the magic glove. I'm slightly confused here. Hold on a second. Let me get to the bottom of this, because clearly did I skip an episode? Was there an episode where there was a scientist experimenting with Grim? I don't know. I don't know where this came from. I think it's from the game. They see nightmares, a mutant swarm. I think it's the game. I'm almost certain is the game. But from what I understood, the game and the series are like Not on the same. Arc, I guess, would be the best word here. They're not really part of the same arc. I don't know. I have nothing about this that I can make comparisons, so I'm just gonna talk about the game because this is the best I can come up with at this point. That's Ruby related. That can go with this song. So in the game, there's this guy who's a doctor. His name is. Oh yeah, the alcohol doctor Merlot. He's a wine doctor of sorts. Um, so it seems to me that he got. Nah, that's making fun of the game. I know. I kind of enjoy the game. It's a fun game. Um, Whenever I go and I get my Ruby on, I go ahead and play that game. But so this doctor, apparently based on this song, he has this idea that he's able to create Grimm to bring peace. Because there's a line here that says, I will raise you up, design the perfect beast, elevate the savage, and use you to bring peace. Peace to what? I'm not sure. Is he planning on turning Grimm against Grimm? I'm not sure. But that's what he was trying to do. Or maybe he just wanted to be, like over here, play God. I'm your God. I will make you grow. You're my own twisted embryo. In triumph, I will show them the truth. What is the truth? I don't know what his ultimate goal is, but he wants to bring peace. I forgot where it was where I saw this or where I heard about this, but I know. Gosh, hold on. I got this. It was. It was that usually the villains of the story don't think that they're villains because they're just trying to push forward their own plans with what they believe are the solution to a problem. And usually, what the reason behind it is that they are the lesser category, and therefore they are viewed as villains because of that. So this could be a particular scenario with this situation here with Dr. Merlot. So in the game, I don't know if I should mix the two here, but anyway, go check it out. Go check out the game, and you'll have an idea of what this song is talking about. I can't connect this with Volume 4. I don't. The only thing that I can think of is the Grimm coming out of the pool of sweat and the pools of blood in the Grimm realm where the Council of Evil was taking place. That's all I got. I'm sorry. I can't think of anything else. So let's leave that one there, I guess. I'm sorry if you want me to dive deeper into this, but I don't know what to talk about it. I mean, I could talk about the game, but next. BMBLB, which I believe is Bumblebee, if I understood correctly. Bumblebee. All right, so there's a garden where I go. If you meet me there, no one will know. In the springtime and the sun, we can be alone without anyone. All the butterflies and the birds keep our secret. No, they won't say a word. But they watch us and they know, and they're happy as they see our love grow. We'll sit for a while as I drink in your smile. It feels like a dream that's come true. My head starts to buzz and my heart feels with love over you. Maybe can't you see you could be with me? We could live inside a garden of ecstasy. You could be my queen. I could be your dream. Life's like a fantasy. Maybe set me free. Let me be your bumblebee. There you go, bumblebee. Um. So this is a love song. A love song. I'm gonna go with this one for a love song. Um. For some reason, it feels like one of those unrequited loves because it says, "There's a garden where I go. If you meet me there, no one will know." So this person wants something to happen, but it's we can be alone without anyone. And they're happy to see our love grow. So this is the second indication that there's nothing there yet. We'll sit for a while as I drink in your smile. This is the imagineering of what it could be. It feels like a dream that's come true. My head starts to bud and my heart fills with love over you. And baby, can't you see? It's like a question. Again, it feels very one-sided. You could be with me. We could live inside of Garden of Ecstasy. I mean, you could be my queen. I could be your dream. You know, I want this to happen. Let me be your bumblebee. And then I guess the other person would be the flower. I guess. Now that the flowers are in bloom, and you've chased away my darkness and gloom, when the wind blows through the trees and your voice is like a song in the breeze, my doubts disappear every time that you're near. Clouds seem to run from the sky. At the thought of your kiss sends my soul into bliss. I get high. And this is a very ecstasy kind of song, a very euphoric love. My doubts disappear. Yeah, baby, can't you see? You could be with me. We could live inside of Garden of Ecstasy. Let me be your. Like a serenade, every word you say has me falling more and more in love with you. Like a pretty beat. Oh, you are so sweet. Every day is sunny, tastes like honey, feels so alive. Take me back to the hive. Make me a queen. Who has forbidden loves or unrequited loves that we're still not aware of? Man, these last two songs are not making connections for me. I mean, the song is called BMBLB, Bumblebee. Is I've heard Bumblebee before, and it's a gosh, what do you call it? It's an attack move. Oh, from I think it was Volume 2. It's an attack move that uses Blake, which is black, and Yang, which is yellow, and I'm guessing that's why it's called Bumblebee, because it's black and yellow. Is that making an allure to this? Black and yellow. I can't make the connection though, because it feels very one-sided. There's a garden where I go. Who goes to the gardens? What garden are we talking about? Where is this place? If you meet me there, no one will know. Where is this garden? In the springtime in the sun, we can be alone without anyone. Got it. So we need to be away from sight. Like no one can see. All the butterflies and the birds keep our secret. No, they won't say a word, but they watch us. And they know, and they're happy as they see our love grow. So there's nothing yet. But when we go to this secluded, isolated, private place where only nature is around us, that's where our love will grow. We'll sit for a while as I drink in your smile. That sounds like a very artistic way of saying we kiss. Or we'll sit for a while as I drink in your smile. Because when you're drinking in somebody's smile, you're either kissing it or staring at it a lot and filling your eyes with it. It feels like a dream that's come true. My head starts to buzz and my heart fills with love over you. Baby, can't you see you could be with me? So the other person is either unaware or on the fence about yes or no, and we could live inside a garden of ecstasy. You could be my queen, I can be your dream. Feels like a fantasy. Maybe set me free. Let me be your bumblebee. Now the flowers are in bloom, and you've chased away my darkness and gloom. So now the world feels prettier. Now the world feels brighter. And you've chased away my darkness and gloom, which means that you've made me feel better. Now, the only people that we know in Volume 2 that have had healing done um, I'm getting really weird thoughts. I'm thinking about Yang's dad and Yang. I don't know why. I'm making a connection with Yang's dad here and Yang because Yang's dad, in a way, helped her overcome. And no, I'm not gonna go in that direction. But my doubts disappear every time that you're near. I can't quite make a connection here with this song. The thought of your kiss sends my soul into bliss. I get high. We could live in a garden of ecstasy. You could be my queen. I can be your dream. Life's like a fantasy. Maybe set me free. Let me be your... Like a serenade, every word you say has me falling more and more in love with you. Like a pretty bead, you are oh so sweet. Every day is sunny, tastes like honey, feels so alive. Take me back to the hive. I think this is just a general love song because I'm not making any connections as to who it can apply to. It's clearly, or at least for me, it's clearly a one sided, unrequited love. Very similar to that one other song. Um, what was it? It was. What was it? It was. It's not Cold. Cold is a song about loss. It's. I'm playing the song in my head. Give me 1 second. It's. God, I don't know why I'm mixing another song in here suddenly. My heart is lungs. Your breath is all I need. That's not the one I'm thinking about. I'm mixing. I'm playing all these songs in my head right now, and I'm getting so confused with what I'm listening in here. Hold on. Um, Sparks came into view. Man, I can't think of the title of the other song. Um, Wah. All right. Well, I'll remember it later on. But it reminds me of that one other song. I wish I could remember the title of it. I'm so sorry I don't. It reminds me of it. It's like a one way love kind of song, and I don't know. I don't know. But that's this one, Bumblebee. Mm. The only Bumblebee thing that I can think of is the character move between Blake and Yang, but I don't think we've seen any one sided type of relationship between Blake and Yang. I mean, maybe, honestly thinking, maybe the only thing that we can kind of try to draw a line here would be in this other song, Arm and Ready. It happens every night, blah, blah, blah. Super sad. Okay, here we go. There's nothing that I won't do for her. I'm guessing that is Yang talking about Blake. But that doesn't really speak love for me. That just speaks like a really high sense of loyalty. That's maybe if I wanted to draw a line between one and the other, that's where I would connect it to. There's nothing that I won't do for her, meaning it's like I'm very loyal. In fact, thinking back to what was that episode? What was it? I think it was Burning the Candle. I think it was the name of the episode. Though the episode where Blake is like, burning herself out because she's so fixated on fixing the situation with the White Fang, and she's looking for what was his name? It wasn't Adam. It was come on, how can you forget this guy? I know his name. Roman Torchwick, I think his name is. It was that particular episode where she's so fixated and finding the truth and coming to the realization that she's not sleeping, she's up all night, she's not doing so good at school, and then Yang kind of like steps in and is like, yo, you need to sit back and relax for a little bit. So let's go to the dance, let's have a good time and take a break, recover, and then we'll keep pushing forward. But it wasn't. Again, it was more like a sense of loyalty. I didn't get the hint of of a love connection there. It goes back to what the other song says. I don't know. That's the only connection that the bumblebee, the garden. I don't know where that garden is. It's an euphoric type of love because it talks about high ecstasy and this surge of emotion in here. But I can't make a connection. Another connection that is in here is Queen. And the one that I can associate with Queen is Nora. I mean, Nora is always saying in her songs, what was that one? I think it's Boop. Where she talks that the regent needs her subjects, and we can bring them to their knees. That's I associate that more with Nora. But then again, just because it says Queen doesn't mean that it's directly related with Nora. Garden. I'm not sure. I can't. I don't know. Maybe it's just a love song. Just put it in there. Just like the other one with the video game song. I got nothing for these. I'm sorry. I just can't quite connect them into volume 4. And that would be that. And we have been recording for an hour. So let's leave it here. And then the next episode, we'll just bring it all together and close volume 4. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate all that you do, all of your support, and you guys are awesome. You truly are. So, we're almost done. We're almost done with Volume 4. I am trying so hard to be more active during my weekends, but it's tough. It's a little bit tough. But I'll get somewhere comfortable where everything works out. So, with that being said, until next time, take care. Oh, wait a moment. Mouse on the stop button. And I also have another stop button over here. So mouse on the stop button and finger on the other stop button. Until next time. Take care. And bye-bye. ふわふわふわふわふわふわりくるくるくるくるくるくる回るのふわふわふよふよふわふわりうるるくるくるふわふわ飛び出したの